Hey VC, how's everybody doing tonight? Tim back again. Been a little bit, and I do apologize for that. Was feeling a little bit under the weather. I didn't have the flu or anything, just kind of got a cold. My oldest came home with a cold from hanging out with his friends, and I had him catching a little bit of it, so that's okay. I'm here. Work's been crazy. As you can see behind me, I have a new addition. The haul that I had a couple weeks ago kind of mandated I needed to do something different with my records, and you know, gotta love IKEA. So that's actually why I'm here. I had promised a video or a series of videos, depending on how long this is going to take. So that mega haul that I pulled, a lot of R&B, soul, disco. Found some rock, which was uncharacteristic of the collection, but still wanted to kind of show everything. So I'm not going to show everything. I'm gonna show the LPs only. There was about 100 or so 12 inches in there. I don't think I'm going to show those. A lot of those will be hard to see because it's just a plain cover and then showing the label. So we'll see. I might. I don't know how many videos this is going to take. So I'm hoping to get it done in 3. I'm gonna not try to make it a long one. So I'm gonna kind of jump right into it here. I'm just gonna show it. Not really talk about them too much unless it's something really cool or just really bizarre that I found. I haven't even had a lot of time to go on the Discogs and catalog all this. So work has been very, very busy. In fact, I probably should be working, but I'm not gonna. So anyway, let's get started. I'm hoping to get through about 200 or so in a video. There's roughly, well, the number's a little off. There's roughly about 550, 600 records in this haul. Some duplicates. Like I said, I had a lot of the conditions I'm not even 100% sure. So I'm just gonna grab a few. We're gonna get going. Gerald Alston. A lot of these I don't know. Some of them I do, but there's some in here that I'm still trying to learn about. Levert. Now Levert I know. Michael Franks. Not too familiar with him. If you see something you know, feel free to share. The Lady in Red soundtrack, I think there's like 3 in this haul. I have no idea why. One of the records just slid, so go figure. Patty Austin, again, somebody else I know. Al Jarreau, I may even already have this. I love the late great Al Jarreau, just a fantastic jazz singer. This one is Scott Joplin. Again, didn't really get much into it. I do have another Scott Joplin record. I feel it's good to have a little bit of everything. Lalo Schifrin, I'm probably butchering that name, Schifrin. Again, like I said, a lot of this stuff I truly don't know, or haven't had a lot of chance to go through Discogs to research it. Work has just been so busy. Ralph McDonald. This is the Crusaders. So yeah, like I said, this one's all over the place. Again, more falling. Gladys Knight and the Pips. This is, I think it just says Milton. So again, I'm going to be looking all these up on Discogs. So you know, if you're familiar with some of these as I'm showing them, feel free to comment down below. Noel Pointer. Introducing David Preston. Les McCann. Some of the covers are in questionable shape. Some of the vinyl may be even questionable shape, but this is what was left after the first pass through. After 7, again, I'm familiar with them. Big hit in the 80s, Ready or Not. The Best of the Spinners. I just believe I know some spinners, and there's even more. This one, the cover is a little questionable, but the spinners, Mighty Love. And this looks like some sort of like set, maybe 3 record set, maybe 4 record set. Stage Door Canteen. Well, I did get a couple 12 inches mixed in here. 52nd Street, so I'll put that in a separate pile. The Best of the Tramps, getting familiar with them. There were some definite things that when I saw I was very happy, like Nancy Wilson, amazing voice, so I was very happy to see that. In fact, here is another one from Nancy Wilson, and not one, but 2. Oh, I know you're jealous. Again, I'm not gonna hate on Lionel Richie. He's a fantastic singer, and the Commodores were awesome. And speaking of some Commodores, some of these things I'm sure there may be doubles for a reason. Maybe one's beat up, I don't know, but I just didn't have a chance to dig into it. Commodores Live. This collection just was interesting. Another Spinners record. Some Kool in the Gang, because you gotta have some Kool in the Gang. I was very happy to see this. Brooke Benton, very big favorite of my mom's before she passed, so I'll be spinning that a lot. I'm also a big Billy Joel fan, so I'm glad to have that. I know Billy Joel, sometimes people crap on him in the VC. Whatever. Dinah Washington. Why does this feel like it has 2 records in it? Is it 2 record set maybe? Oh yeah, it's a 2 record set. So again, I'm still, every time I flip through these I find something new. Dinah Washington in tribute. And again, the singer-songwriter soul stuff I'm very happy about. This one threw me for a loop. Barbra Streisand, and it's a gold stamp. I couldn't pinpoint some of this stuff for why. Commodores, again, I know I have this one. That's kind of a classic in the Soul collection. Billy Paul. Ray Goodman and Brown. Stevie Wonder. It's shown like this, but just so everybody can see it. Black Ivory. And don't get me wrong, there's some stuff in here that I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. Like some stuff I just kind of flipped my lid over. This cover is really neat. Temptations. I have to look at the vinyl on this one. It looked okay, seemed to be okay. Diana Ross, and I think there's at least 3 copies of that in this haul. Patti LaBelle. Quincy Jones. Renee and Angela. That's actually another 12-inch. Another Temptations record. So the Motown soul was represented very well. Pam Todd and then the Love Exchange, or Love Exchange. I think there's actually 2 copies of this in this one as well. Never gonna say no to Stevie Wonder. Love that man. Another one I absolutely love. When I used to DJ, I must have burned through about a dozen copies of this staple. It's fantastic. Another one I'm not gonna be mad at. It's gonna get a lot of play. Another Tramps record. This one I was happy about because I bought a copy of this at a record store in their dollar bin because it was like 3 for $1, and I was just pulling. I would get for 33 cents. I didn't care. I saw Heatwave and I was buying it. I get it home and it's in a different copy if it's from a different album. So My cover's better, so I'll be Frankensteining that one. So I'm happy about that. Change. Like I said, some of this stuff I truly don't know. So if you know, please share it. Feel free to comment and let me know. Another copy of Stevie Wonder. I think my oldest is asking for some of the Stevie Wonder duplicates. See, I was very happy to get this because there's like, I think at least 2 copies in this collection as well. I had one, the cover was okay, the vinyl's nice, but I didn't have the 7-inch, and I know at least one of these has a 7-inch, so I'm very happy about that. So Roan, actually I have another one of his records. It's a classic break that I'm familiar with, Melba Moore. Another Melba Moore. Sleeping Bag Records. This was definitely a staple in some of the hip hop communities. The biggest probably on this one is going to be Mantronics. They had a semi-decent hip hop hit in the early stages called Needle to the Groove. They also had King of Beats, which was another great one. It was more of instrumental. Impact. Again, kind of a head scratcher. Liza Minnelli. Creative Soul, as opposed to those uncreative soul bastards. Stevie Wonder. And look, it's Stevie Wonder. There was a couple things too that I found that, like I said, I knew they were in rough shape. I'm going to hang on to them anyway. Some of this stuff I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of show it and catalog it, and then comes the fun part of cleaning it all. Ray Charles. So excited for Ray Charles. This was an interesting one. It's like around poetry and music. The Sea. And I think there's another one in the series called, oh, there it is, The Sky. This one apparently someone felt it was needed to melt a candle on it. There was a lot of Aretha Franklin, and I couldn't begin to tell you how happy I was. But then there's disco. Good old Lips Incorporated, Take Me to Funky Town. Yeah, the other one was Funky Town. This was just another one. I'm not even sure what's on it. The Staple Singers with music by Curtis Mayfield, Let's Do It Again. There was some random soundtracks in this one too. It was just, I would say it was, I know I keep saying odd, but Munich Machine. But then you think about some of the stuff that we all collect and what's going to happen when we go. People are going to say it was odd. Ike and Tina, Bad Relationship, fantastic music. Felicia Allen, or otherwise known as Felicia Rashad, who was on The Cosby Show, in case you didn't know. She was a performer before that. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to get some more. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was trying to move all the records and, you know, get a drink, beer. Frank Sinatra. Always gonna keep that. Love that stuff. Anita Baker. Thought I heard that she was coming back out. Well, Lord knows I am ready, apparently, for an Anita Baker tour. I don't mind it. It's pretty good stuff. Johnny Mathis. Not too familiar with Johnny. I mean, I know Johnny Mathis, but don't listen to it that much. Eddie Kendricks. And again, I was shocked because I don't remember seeing this. I'm still finding things. Steve Arrington's Hall of Fame. Again, don't remember seeing this. So, and I've looked through these records at least 3 times. It's very overwhelming. Vicky Sue Robinson. I know I have an extra of that. Gladys Knight and the Pips. That one's also, there was a lot of gold stamp promos in here, so I don't know what to make of that. Good old Andy Gibb and Barbra Streisand. I see this like in every thrift store I go into, and I've never listened to it, so I guess I will. Maybe. Jermaine Jackson. Some of this stuff might make me turn in my metal card. So to you metal folks, I apologize. Howard Hewitt. I have a copy of this, but it's beat, so I'm hoping this is an upgrade. The 3 Degrees. And those outfits are louder than 3 Degrees. The 70s was an interesting time. Herb Albert and his Tijuana Brass. And I actually have I may actually already have this. Nobody gives Tijuana Brass love. It's fun. Johnny Hammond. He's breathing fire, I'm assuming. We can get the glare off of there. Merlina. Or Milira. Babyface. Hell of a producer. Wasn't as big on his music, but I love his productions. Already. Another Quincy Jones record, but this one's Patty Austin. He did all. Who didn't he produce in the 80s? Given a chance, he probably would have produced Metallica. Brass Connection. I'm very familiar with them. Look, kids. It's Anita Baker. Some of the 12 inches makes me think it was part of a record pool. I don't know. Donnie Gerard. Celebi and the Buzzy Bunch. No idea. Gladys Knight and the Pips. Love Unlimited. Oh yeah, time for some sexy time. Denise Williams. Look, kids, it's Big Ben, Parliament. Not Parliament the band. Never mind. If you don't get the joke, I'm not going to explain it. Oops, one of the records just fell out. I'm very happy about this. Except for the fact that one of them just fell out. Anita Ward. There's the other Vicky Sue Robinson. In case you are unfamiliar with who she is, this was the original Turn the Beat Around. Pretty sure somebody covered it. I don't know. Gloria Gaynor. I didn't even look to see if it had I Will Survive on it. It does not. That's okay. At least give it a listen. This one I laughed and laughed and laughed. I mean, Roberta Flack is on it, Alfred Simpson, Laura Branigan, but I'm just like, really? Did more than 10 people see that movie? 3 Ounces of Love. That doesn't sound like a dirty album cover, I don't know. En Vogue. Love En Vogue. If any of the girls are in Vogue or happen to be watching this, no kidding. I'm married. I'm happily married. Get back together. I love this band. Their voices were amazing. Jeffrey Osborne. Aretha Franklin. The 80s Aretha, not so much. 60s Aretha, you bring it on. Very happy about that. Man, never got enough credit. Some more Johnny Mathis with Denise Williams. Hey baby, Barry White, how you doing? That was Whitney Houston. probably the right thing to do. I'm kidding if you're a Whitney Houston fan. I'm just not. It slipped. It wasn't an intended joke. I'm just not bending over to pick it up. There's like 3 of these, and I don't know what to. I have to go through it all. I'm just showing for cataloging. Herbie Mann. Was happy to see a little jazz. I'm still beginning. I'm in the infancy of my jazz hall, and I'm learning. So anytime I can listen, it's fun. Sure, why not? We don't need to talk about that or that or that. We know, we get it. Are we surprised this was in there? No, I'm not. It's funny. I have a joke with my wife that every time I hear that new song with Cardi B and Bruno Mars, I'm like, it sounds just like this. I mean, does he just want to get sued? I don't know. He got sued by everybody else. Why not them? Then again, they probably would be just happy to be on the tour. Pam Todd. This one, the cover's not in the best of shape, but I don't care. I'm going to see what I can do to clean it up. Chubby Checker. Heck yeah. We'll rock that all day long. Music from and inspired by the motion picture Bustin' Loose from Roberta Flack. She's got a great voice. This is, I think, I'm guessing a musical version of A Raisin in the Sun. Some of these things caught my eye, some of them didn't, and I didn't get a chance to go through them all. Freak in the Light of the Moon by the Universal Robot Band. They're trying to tell me something, but I don't get it. I know, the jokes aren't funny, that's okay. Boulevard Nights. Now, my oldest freaked out when he saw this because he thought it was the soundtrack, and it's actually the story of Tron, and I thought that was even cooler than the soundtrack, so. Like I said, there was another one. The Swingle Sisters perform with the Modern Jazz Quartet. Some of these you know about, please let me know, because I have not been on Discogs yet. New edition. That's not even the worst one. There's some that I just had to laugh. Tuxedo Junction, and this was the limited edition gold vinyl from back in the day. This was some of these were still sealed. This was one of them. Another Jeffrey Osborne. Torch. For you fans, I won't drop it this time. Another Whitney Houston. The other one I dropped is a different one. Last Night in a Pipe Dream. This was also not the Whitney Houston that I dropped. The soundtrack to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and boy do I have great memories of this movie. And that was not a joke. More New Edition when they added Johnny Gill, and they grew up. They were men. They were sophisticated. They were suave. They still wanted to bang you in a dark alley. That's okay, I like them. Vesta for You. How edgy. This one broke my heart. It is the Marvin Gaye Anthology 3-disc set on Motown that's missing one disc. Still gonna listen to it. I'm just gonna think, what if I had that third disc? You never get rid of Marvin Gaye. John Williams. Again. John Williams. Not John Williams, but I'll give it a listen. Maybe it's cool. That I don't know. This one I laughed. Hell of a movie. 42nd Street. Again, this was all over the place. John Williams again. Anything of John Williams. He's like the modern day Mozart. His music is amazing. Thoroughly Modern Millie. Again, musicals. I've played this before. My wife loves them. I mean, I do too. Miko. Got a funky little cover. Because he's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm just talking about Shaft. Earth, Wind & Fire. I actually have this, and I think this is supposed to be a 2-record set, and I may only have one, so. But I know I already have it. Original soundtrack to Sweet Love Bitter. I don't know the movie. Harvey Mason. A couple left in the stack. Valerie Simpson. Again, I already showed this. This one's in rougher shape. So I have to at least give it a listen and see what it sounds like. Do 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 do. You can play that for an hour and a half and never get tired of it. Well, maybe you could, I don't know. So that's the first part of this. And I'm going to have to end up breaking it up into 3 parts because I see the time we're almost at a half an hour. Again, a lot of stuff in here. I'm still going through it all, but I wanted to at least get the videos out. When I showed the initial haul, there was a lot of interest just to see what was in it, if nothing else. If nothing, it taught me a great lesson, which is be prepared if you're going to take a big collection, that you're going to have a lot of work in front of you. And never be afraid to ask questions. Like I said, this, in case you didn't see the video, this came with me seeing records outside going, don't put them outside. And there was nobody around, so I left a note saying, hey, what were you doing with them? Are you getting rid of them? Do you need help? You know, I'm a collector. Don't do them like this. 3 days later of playing phone tag, and I own them. So you never know what's around the corner. That's the fun part of digging and collecting. You never know when you're going to find that grail or 600 records you're going to deal with. So part 1 in the can. Let me know what you think. If you saw something that's intriguing or you know a little bit more about it that maybe I didn't comment on. I'm sure a lot of the jokes fell flat, and that's okay. You know, my dry humor is just that. Starting to get a little bit more comfortable in the videos, so still some feedback is always appreciated as well. I'm probably going to film all 3 of these tonight while I got the chance because, like I said, just been chaos around here. So if you see the Mortal Kombat shirt a lot, I apologize. I own more than this shirt. I'm just not going to change to make it look like I've shot this over several days. I'm lazy, and I want to have my beer. VC, be safe, have fun. We'll talk soon.